Good morning, YouTube. Today we are having a beautiful day so far this morning. I had a little bit of rain last night, so I threw a tarp over the top of the Jeep because I didn't want to put the cover back up on it, and I don't have one of those emergency covers yet. But today we are going to be doing several projects all at once. Like I said in other videos, it's a good idea to try and group your projects together so that if you are going in and out of somewhere multiple times, you can wear out parts, wear out bolts, screws that can break, all that kind of stuff. So we're doing a bunch of dash work today. I've got to also dig in there for some exploratory stuff because the HVAC system doesn't seem to be working, like the temperature controls and all that jazz. So I'm going to be doing some exploratory work as well. But today we're going to be installing the CB system, some LED dash lights, which I know a lot of people have done this and there's lots of videos out there, but I'll do mine as well. And then we're also doing a Smittybilt glove box, locking glove box. So the cover, the plastic cover on mine was broken when I bought it, and it just kind of hangs there by the latch, and I actually want to use that space since everybody knows there's not a whole lot of space in these Wranglers. I want to use as much of the space as possible to make it as effective as possible when I go out wheeling or just daily driving. So we're gonna throw that guy in. Look pretty straightforward. The instructions are pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of some of the bolts, I guess, are really hard to reach. But since we're gonna be in there doing the LED bulbs and finding a place for this guy, we can do it all at the same time. So we'll get some videos going. It's a nice day. Hopefully the rain holds off. I think it's supposed to rain a little bit later this afternoon, but I'm hoping they're wrong. It's a beautiful day out. So stay tuned and we'll get this going here. All right, we're gonna start with the Smittybilt glove box install. We're gonna go in. I'm gonna be pulling all the trim across the dash completely off. So there's gonna be other parts of some other videos that I'm gonna splice this into as well, but you'll see pretty clearly how everything comes apart. I'll do a close-up here real quick with where all the screws are at, and we'll get back to it. Passenger side, sorry. The instructions for the glove box say to remove all these screws. There's 3 up here, and then there's 2 on either side of the handle. 1 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Now they say that's the hard part, is getting these screws out. So we'll see how that goes. Also across the dash, we've got screws 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then let's see, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and then 2 down here. So there's 4 screws. So it says in the instructions it could be bolts or screws. I'm lucky enough, I have 4 screws that are right about here, right about here and right about here. So if you don't have the right tools, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Luckily, I think I have a tool that'll make this a little bit easier. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the guy that I think is going to help us out here with this project. So it comes like this. It doesn't come with a bit, but it's just 1/4-inch bits that you can put in there, any type you want. And as you twist down here, it turns over there. So it takes the drive force and turns it 90 degrees. So we'll see how this works. I've got a couple other extensions here to give a little bit of a longer reach to get up there, so it still turns and everything. Woo. So you see it, there you go. Also, I've got some mini bit ratchets as well, so we'll see. Hopefully my big hands won't fit up there, I don't think, so that's why we're trying this, and we'll play with it here and see how far we get. Damn, Gina. All right, so as you can tell, that didn't go out very well like I'd planned. One of the screws, I just couldn't get it out. Last screw, it was a little bit stripped. I just couldn't get enough leverage on it to get it to turn and break loose. They've been in there for probably God knows how long, probably since the thing was built. And the plastic had actually like bonded to the screws. They were popping as I would break them loose. So unfortunately, I had to break the glove box. I was trying to save it, but then I realized, why am I trying to save this? It's already broken. So but I might actually save the grab handle and repurpose it for something else on the dash, or somewhere else in the truck. So got to re-straighten out some metal a little bit, but as you can see, we got the radio. I pulled the radio, all this other stuff to get it out. I just couldn't get a good grasp on it. So yeah, so straighten out the little metal piece that holds that in, and just use some vice grips, and we'll keep going forward. What's up, everybody? Day 2 of doing dash work on the YJ. Ran into a bunch of waves of rain rolling through yesterday. Didn't get everything done that I wanted to, so we're on day 2. I'm going to end up splicing all this video together to do a couple different videos of all the different work I'm doing. So we got the dash lights done yesterday, got the fog lights wired up, got the security dash glove box put in, and then all we got to do now is wire up the CB. So we'll get going here and finish this up. All right, so here's the glove box from Smittybilt. It reuses the 3 screws at the top and bolts in with these 2 brackets here. There's a bracket that uses the original holes behind here where the handle screwed in. It's just a little L bracket that on both sides creates the mounting for this. So because I had to break out, basically, because mine had screws, I couldn't get the handle to come off of the old one. I had to bend it out, and I bent the dashboard a little bit, so this bracket's not completely lined up properly, but got everything in there. And the latch needs some adjustment because I can get the key in and out one way but not the other way, so I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit. Also, you can see it's a little loosey-goosey, so we're gonna have to play with that a little bit, see if we can tune it up. But what I had to do to get this to sit up in here properly, because it wouldn't sit up all the way flush on the top, is that there's a screw here and then screws across the top here that hold this dash panel in, and I had to go across and loosen all of them just to get it to sit up there right so I could push it in. I went back and tightened that one, and there's a couple more I need to put back in over on the other side. But see how working on one thing at once gets everything going all together. So try to get this finished up here. I'm gonna try and mount that CB unit in here somehow. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it. There are some holes there for access that I might be able to run the cables through, but we'll play with that and I'll check back with you guys when I get everything done. But got the dash lights in. The dash lights look really nice, actually. I was able to check them last night before the rain real started heavy. Looks pretty good. And got this panel made down here for accessory switches. So that switch there I'm going to be using for my CB because I want to actually have it be able to be powered on all the time. The fuse panel up above is really hard to get to, and I just don't want to mess with it, so I'm just going to run power straight from and to the battery, especially because it's a CB. Using that will probably be a little bit better, but we'll get going here and hopefully wrap this up in the next couple hours.